2-0 deficit going back to Dallas to win this series. So I do think they've got to win tonight. If they were to go down 2-0, first of all, there'd be ample evidence that Dallas is just better. Remember last year, Dallas took them 6 games with Kristaps Porzingis missing the last 3 games. So if they were to win the night, go up 2-0, I think the evidence would say, you know, Dallas is just better than the Clippers, especially when they're healthy with Porzingis. And I think Luka is the best player on the court. He's the best player in this series.
What?
So I think you'd have that. Also, I don't think the Clippers are mentally tough enough to come back from this 2-0 deficit if they go down 2-0. So Kawhi, we know he's a great player, but he's not that big of a leader. And his championships have come when he hasn't been the leader. He's been the best player, at least in Toronto, but he hasn't had to be the leader. And here, even though they've got Rondo and now you got Serge Ibaka, they need more leadership from Kawhi. So if they're down 2-0, I don't know that he can rally them like that. And Paul George, we know Paul can get in his own head too much. He can think too much. He can overanalyze. And I think if that in that type of deficit, they wouldn't be able to rally from it. That said, I expect the Clippers to win tonight. I picked them in 7. I thought it would be a tough series, and I think this will be a long, drawn-out series. They win the night, and I'm sticking with my pick of them in 7. I want to see Kawhi. Obviously, it's do or die. I want to see Kawhi go to Ty Lue and say, look, give me Luka. Give me Luka. And the best you can, fight over the screens and try to stick with him. They obviously going to try to get the mismatch and put him in pick and roll and get Zubac on him and all that. But they've got to try to fight over screens. If Kawhi is not able to guard Luka an entire series and still be effective offensively, fine. But tonight, you got to do it. And if you win tonight, then take off of him on the game 3. But tonight, you need Kawhi plugged in on Luka. And you can put George on him as well, obviously. They're both great defenders. So show it against Luka. And the big thing, guys, offensively, the Clippers were 11 for 40 from 3, 27% in game 1. That is not who they are. They led the league in three-point shooting this year, 41% from three-point range. So I expect them to get back to who they are. I don't think they're like this historically great three-point shooting team, but the numbers show that they were this year. So I do think they'll shoot it much better from 3, and that'll enable them to even this series up at 1-1 and stay alive.
So if they were to lose tonight, that would be 5 straight losses that they've had in the playoffs. And now I remember last year, Chris, you and everybody else said the thing that was going to separate the Clippers from the Lakers is mental toughness. They were going to be the more mentally tough team. Kawhi, PG, and Pat Bev.
Got that dog in.
Well, yeah. And now all of a sudden, Chris, you you thought, okay, you. Now, Chris, you also said now, this team was the best three-point shooting team in the regular season, right? And you said they were the best free throw shooting percentage team in the regular season. Is there more pressure in the playoffs or the regular season? Because we've seen guys be great in the regular season and not so much in the postseason. Could we possibly be seeing that again? That the pressure and the expectations. You see, Kawhi had no expectation. Nobody thought he was going to do anything in Toronto. That's why they shipped his butt to Toronto. Now, all of a sudden, you go there. This thing detonated like an earthquake. We had 2 earthquakes that day. Somebody was talking about, Chris. We had 2 earthquakes that day. But the one that hit around 7:30 that Friday night detonated across the NBA.
July the 5th.
Yeah. And all, Steve Ballmer, he came out there like a drum major, leading Paul George and Kawhi. He up there, boom, boom, boom. Oh, and they're holding up the jerseys, 2-1-3. We back. We this, we that. And lo and behold, and here we are 2 games into the playoff, and we already talk about do or die, Skip? Really? Is that your champion? Is that your champion? He can't do anything with Luka. Watch how hard he try to fight over those screens. He ain't gonna try to fight over those screens. He don't want the problem with Luka. Paul George don't want. The 2 best wing defenders since Jordan and Pip Can't do anything with little Luka. Little Luka. Come on, Skip. Your day coming. I've been telling you about this. You've been hoping for this. Oh, they want your Lakers. They want your Lakers. That destiny that you wanted, that you thought was going to happen in the championship game. First round. I'm here for it, too.
Today is your day, Shannon Sharp. Tonight is my night. I am sick and tired of talking about the Los Angeles Clippers.
Me too.
Everything you said is correct. Everything Chris said is correct. But I'm sick and tired of hearing it. It's one game, and they stunk, and they lost. It's one game, and they collapsed down the stretch, even with playoff Rondo on the court for the entire fourth quarter, all 12 minutes, they collapsed. It was a tie game at 3 minutes. It was a three-point game at 2 minutes, and they collapsed and lost by 10. You got me right now. Now it's time to see what you are made of, Clippers. Are you men or are you mice? Are you that team or are you not? As Chris Broussard suggests, maybe you're just not that good. But I believe in you. And I believe that the best player on the court, Luka Doncic, baby bird, I believe with all my heart and soul that I watched him score only 1 point in the fourth quarter the other day, and the Clippers still fell apart late and lost by 10. He scored 1 point. He shot 2 air balls on one possession. I've never seen that before. Have you ever seen Larry Bird? Do you remember Larry Bird shooting 1 air ball, let alone 2 in one possession? But he shot 2.
I saw Kawhi do it.
He shot 2 in one possession. I don't know how he did it. I don't know. There he is. He's making shots now.
Yeah, you see him making shots, yeah.
Well, wait a second. That one missed badly. This is a 3-point game with 2 minutes left. Whoops. That was like 3 feet wide right. That's Larry Bird Jr., really? So, look, all I know is I believe in the Clippers' talent. I believe they're the deepest team in the league. I believe the leader of this team is Ty Lue, and he can't play tonight. He can only coach.
Right.
And yet, in the end, can they do it? Can they actually step on the floor and take care of business the way I know they're capable of? Can they be mentally tougher than Baby Bird and the Dallas Mavericks and Hardaway and Finney Smith and Jalen Brunson, who just took the game over the other day? It wasn't Baby Bird who hurt him. It was those 3 guys who just cooked him because they came out playing mad because they said, you tanked to get us, you got us. Watch this, okay? So I need urgency. I need serious do-or-die energy from the tip. I need Kawhi on Luka from start to finish. I need Rondo on the floor for 40 minutes. Shannon's laughing at me, but 40 minutes of playoff Rondo because I believe he can settle them down and put them in the right positions to win the basketball game when it matters. I need more repetitions. The rust is gone now. You're rested. You have no excuses. It's time to shine, and I believe they will. They will win a close game 103-100 tonight, and here they will go.
Hey, Chris, can I ask you something?
I don't know if I want it that close.
No,
I mean,
do.
We know the Clippers.
I do want it that close.
You know, it'd be good if they could win it that close.
Yeah.
That'd be nice because that might help them mentally.
Yes.
But they also fall apart down the stretch.
Okay.
But yeah,
we'll
I'm with you, Skip, on most of that. I mean, it's hard to overstate the importance of this game.
Okay.
This is like a Game 7 because, again, I don't think they can come back down 0-2. If they lose this game and go on to lose the series, I think the team will look much different than it does, next year than it does now. I don't think Kawhi will leave. I think he wants to be home. Where else is he going? I mean, but Kawhi's got his legacy is not on the line because he's only 29. He's got years left. But Shannon's right. When he won that championship and the finals MVP in San Antonio, you said it, Skip, it could have went to any number of the Spurs. I mean, they just dominated the series. He played well, but he was a 4th guy on that team.
Exactly. 4th
guy behind Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker. In Toronto, there were no expectations, not to mention how injured Golden State was. So Kawhi is showing, at least it looks like right now, that, yes, he's a great player, but he can't lead your team when the expectations are there, when the pressure is there, when from the beginning of the season to the end, people are expecting you to deliver a championship. he's showing that he might not be that guy.
I'll give you the Mavericks
so
for 5 cases
this is
tonight.
huge
Mavericks,
tonight.
straight up. Got the guts, got courage. Mavericks,
Man, that's
5 cases right now. Right here, right now.
Hey, Kawhi,
Mavericks, 5 cases.
Kawhi, when he get them expectations, all of a sudden he's smaller than Chris Paul.
You guys are...
He went from 6'8.5" to 5'10".
You're talking big and bad, but then you pick the Clippers. I don't get it.
Well, hopefully Kawhi don't give you another 3-point virtuoso in the fourth quarter. You think you could avoid that?
You taking
I'll take the Clippers for 5 cases right here, right now.
Give me the points.
No points.
Give me 4.
No.